A good, great morning, guys, and welcome to the realest thing in the world coming out of Guyana. We can't make up these things. I kid you not. So, let me start by recognizing my followers and supporters. Carmen China, good morning to you. Akbar, good morning. Paul, good morning. Wazim, good morning. Simone, Joan, Leela, Arjun, Narima, Maria. Farda, good morning to you. Shireen, Geeta, Rosemary, Charles, and as you come on, you share the live. Let's get real with this. So, last night, the first news, recently government issued notices to persons on the Plaisance line top, squatters, vendors again. Most squatters and vendors, as it relates to public roadways and so on, for the most part, they're not only PNC people, but most of them would be opposition affiliated. Because, and why so? It's not accidental. The opposition, when in government, out of government, they've always facilitated illegality. So if you go in opposition-controlled NDCs, you'd realize there's a number of irregularities. Right? It's not limited to them alone, by the way. Tushin predominantly controlled, Parikan predominantly controlled by PPP, NDCs. Nonetheless, if you look at the vendors, who the vendors are, right, for the most part, is opposition related. Regent Street, all the vending, mostly opposition supporters. They're now changing their stand. But what happens and why would cause that? We ain't deciding was about wrong and right. We're discussing the cause and effect. And it is because of the fact that the opposition has always been willing to facilitate illegality. If you look at what trumps the opposition's cause, even when they're in government, their thing is more about pomp and ceremony. Simple, right? So yesterday, the first news I had of the Plaisance issue was the fact that there were protests in Plaisance. Village Voice, all PNC affiliated news agencies is one story. So I said, wow, war broke in Plaisance. Now, what I did not know is while this was going on in Plaisance, the confusion in Plaisance, people fighting with some bicycle and that kind of thing. Something else is going on simultaneously. So we can come back to that. Let me start to the positivity of the day. There's the negativity of yesterday. And I don't think the negativity of yesterday should be the precursor to today. So let me start. It's going to be hot. Right? Them by send, yeah, I'll send the, yeah, I'll see the, oh, Jesus Christ. I wrote on your email just a while ago, please We'll need you to go through the mail and give your reply telling what we need to know. Thank you. Good day. I am Resources Nigeria Limited. Banner me, I hear nothing from nobody from Nigeria. You stay the fudge away from me, by Nigeria. Why you want to hear about people from Nigeria? Yeah. So this morning I woke up, and what I normally do in the morning, my foot faced the east. And it's for one specific reason, because when the windows open in the morning, I want to be able to see the sun rising towards me. And what it does, if you do not know, and most people are so caught up in life, are so caught up in the struggles, they don't take time to program themselves. Now, our life, the biological clock within, is something deep inside your brain that is guided by your circadian rhythm. Right? And that is day and night. Light. So when I wake up in the morning, to make sure my brain and my body is in tune and knows that you got to be ready for this day, I look at the sunrise. I put up a photo there. I put a photo on the, let me see if I could get the photo. And this is what I was looking at this morning. Let me give a beautiful morning photo. So it's basically me. This is basically me watching out the window in the morning. Right? So I lie in my bed, and the sun wasn't raised in there. It's not a true reflection of what I was looking at, of what I was feeling. Right? But I'm looking out there, and I'm lying in my bed. You understand? And I make sure what I do, you got other windows, but I open the one window what they're directly in line with the sun coming up from the east. And that is getting myself in tune with the circadian rhythm. I look at the sun and calculate, yes, this is my day. The day has begun. And this is a completely natural thing. How do birds know when the morning starts and the birds start with the whistling and the chirping and all these kind of things? You got to be able to get your life in tune naturally. When you get your life in tune naturally, nothing can stop you. Right? This is another thing you need to learn. Like today, I'm late like about 2 minutes. This morning in the live, was up early. I was up since about 5 something this morning. Got up early because I went to bed, make sure I make a concerted effort, shut down 9 o'clock. I move up my walk between 6 to 7. It went a little over 7. Had a meeting just after around 7:30 time. Made my calls, 9 o'clock, sleep time, shut down. And I wasn't tired. I wasn't sleepy. But you got to make a concerted effort to get things started out in your life. You have to have a time. Structure. Not only time, structure to your life. Right? So, there's my lemon water with a pinch of pink Himalayan salt. Yeah, you gotta got structure to your life. So a lot of people don't have structure to the life. When you wake up in the morning, this is what you gotta do. You gotta seek the positivity, and this ain't cost you nothing. So, this what kind of stupidness is that? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. It is afternoon here.
Yes, sir.
You is not.
What is it you're selling?
This is 15 p.m.
What are you selling?
I am selling products, a whole lot of products, and I'm interested in seeing your products, your own products.
My products?
Yes.
I don't have any products, brother. You got the wrong number. I think you're mistaken and got the wrong number. I have no products. And I'm not interested in selling anything.
Is it not a premium manufacturing?
Yes, but premium manufacturing at this time is not functional. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, at this time it's not functional.
Not functional, yes.
It's alright. It's alright.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're most welcome, sir.
Bless you, God.
I want the products. I want to rub the living daylights out of here. And you have to sell. Can you do some kind of marketing for a deranged mind? Do you have the ability to sell a deranged mind? Huh? You have that. Would you like to invite me to your country to fuck it up? I would be most willing to come to your country, sir, with the one product that I have consistently. An insight of a unique kind. Do you have the aptitude for something like that? Huh? Every morning is a different snake oil salesman. So, I'm telling y'all. Oh shit, talking about that, I got another story here, boy. I got another story here. Let me deal with this one time. I forget about this. What is the name? A pervert. We got a pervert. We got a pervert. We got the story with a pervert. Oh. Cian. TBM. So this girl complained to a friend of mine that this man watching shit. You trying to scam me? You can't scam me. Here I tell you, the easiest people for scam is Indian people who got money. Because they express, you know, all them scams, all the Uri, the Ponzi scheme, and is mostly Indian people. I didn't see one black man investing money in there. Indian people, the more they get, the more they want. It's an uncanny level of greed. I like me. Yes, and me a cat. It's just to try. You want to help me? Nah, man, me gonna try with it a little bit, my God. You understand? Me never know thing that comes so easy. Me like work hard. Right? Me gonna want to work hard. But it's no joke. They got a lady get catch, an Indian girl, attached to Nalico, the insurance company, from Bobby's, scam some people, she get charged. The funny thing, Is some of the people who get scammed with Yuri, will invest their money with Yuri, go and get scammed with she. Yeah. You could rob them several times. They just like come, what call it? Greed is the term for use. It gotta be greed. Not all Indian people say so. But the easiest people for catch is Indian people. They ain't got no limit with their wants. They always want more. You understand? A black man, I got a big thing. You give a car, he lasts all focus. A car, a TV, and a chair set. He lasts all focus. You understand? A car, a TV, a chair set, and 2 child mother, and he alright. He ain't got no time with billing, nothing and all of that. Indian man, he would got a Land Cruiser and still go in the back dam and thief a cow. I kid you not. They got man in fire. Get life sentence if you go and see Firehouse. He got life sentence for pirating if you go and see Firehouse. Big house. All kind of vehicle fire had. And fire is there for the seat of pirating. You understand? They just is the different races just got different levels of greed. You understand? Indian man, funeral time. Where Indian people go to funeral, right? Everybody horse ever reach back at the house when the day done born or bury. Because somebody done by a padlock for lock out the rest, the gate they taking over the place. That's a fight between one another. Right? Now RM sing saying the uneducated Indians easy for scam. No. Even the educated ones. Yeah? People who smart are easier for scam. The smarter people are they easier for scam. Because they believe they know. Or the smarter they feel they are, they're easier for scam. Right? I tell you, I kid you not. It is not every Indian is that way. You understand? But I'm telling you, there have been many instances like that I know of. You go Borby sensor, a man a drive Land Cruiser, you see a man, you think he important, and he is upstanding thing. He would go in your background and next thing, you come complaining to your man, pull a bit of Prado. You understand? What happened? By G, what happened? By somebody been in the background there and carry me cow. He said he been the same Prado been in there. So what is old poor for? Wait. What level of perversion is this by? So this old man, watch him be old and this old man, here up now. So girl, they're selling, walking around Stabrook area. She they under 10T. A man they peeping straight up and they should secure the old pervert. It so happened when the girl walk ago, he scrambled the girl hand and scraped the girl hand. I can show you the injuries the girl sustained to her hand. Watch this old pervert. Watch how we put the glass. Watch how we there. Peeping under the girl. And here a man holding about some rat size. The big man ain't got no time with no rat. Is catty watching that. Hold on, let me download. Alright. Let me get you now. Watch how we watch how we sucking the glasses. Watch. Watch how we pushing the glass, the thing in the mouth and sucking it. Watching the girl and doing that. So the girl said after she noticed this, she started recording him and watch. When the girl go for walk away, scramble at the girl hand and scrape the girl hand. Who know this old pervert, man? Who know he? But he even put on the glasses properly back the second time. Who know this old pervert? Around the Stabrook area, let me hear the voice. The girl sent a voice note also. Right? Let me hear.
So basically, I was at the park and I was just sitting and waiting to buy this dress. And there was this guy who was just like staring me and like keep sucking his glasses, making like this sexual contact. And then I got like nervous. And after that, he came like and literally lay on the ground. I was standing, and then he literally like lay on the ground to like look under my clothes. And then when I tried to move away, he actually scraped me, but like there were 3 people around there, like 3 eyewitnesses, but they didn't like see the scrape. But when I like make this movement, all of them like tried to defend me, and they tell him that he's not supposed to like look under anybody girl child skirt. And then that was it, and then he just moved away and I had to come home. But now I'm just left with marks and I don't know.
You imagine these freaks on the street. That's why you gotta be careful. Thank God. Listen to me. There's the pavement. One thing for them black people that don't depend on stupidness. Nobody would not tolerate no stupidness wrong there. He lucky them black woman and catch him BT. You understand? This is ridiculous. You imagine you young Charlie, watch me can't make up these things, partner. Let me hold on, let me show this one. Can I get this thing for zoom up? Watch it. You just have to start acting strange. Watch. Is we doing a blowjob thing? He is. So there's one. Now you could call in 622-7740 and give your take. And again, remember, the Guyanese Critic is about Guyanese and you. It's to highlight the issues. You don't worry with my take on anything. You could be PPP, PNC. Well, there's no longer any AFC. They've not participated in the election. The taken up by the in local governments been completely taken over by the PNC now. So they seem to have been relinquishing their rights and their powers to the PNC. The AFC has seemed to become a part of the the PNC. You could be whoever or whatever association. This platform, you have a concern, somebody's trampling your rights, somebody's misusing power or abusing you, you have the right to call. Hello, good morning.
I want to touch on a little topic about Darren Lal. Can I? Hello?
What is it, Darren Lal? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, brother. So, in relation to Minister Darmlal, who's under investigation as a result of allegations made against him, the DPP has the file. Only yesterday they suggested that they're looking at the file and will make a decision soon. What is there for us to discuss?
All right. Now, I want to go back to the allegation last year.
Partner,
With the young lady.
partner,
Right?
here what telling you, me ain't preempting nothing. When the DPP make a decision,
Preempt nothing. I'm just saying something here to you.
my brother, here what telling you, if we are going to discuss or disprove or approve of what happened in the past, it could suggest that we're meaning where we lie now in the present future. I want to have no discussion about that until the DPP has made the decision.
No, hold on. I'm just trying to say something here. I'm just trying to say something about last year allegation, right? When our president said that Mr. Darmlal told him he lost his phone, when all of these things was on the internet with him messaging a girl, allegedly messaging the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you come out and just say to me that, okay, this man say he lost his phone. Did they clarify if this man produced an alibi? Because you're a very intelligent guy, and you know that when a message sent from a phone, there is two things you can pick it up on: the IP address, and of course it carries a time and a date. No explanation whatever was ever given that, you know something, this man said he lost his phone, and there are people that can place him at location X, and this message was sent at this time, and he was there with people. Nothing like that. All we hear was one stupid excuse. Oh, he said he lost his phone. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not going back to Google and try to preempt anything. But I'm just trying to show you that whereas, right, whenever it come to certain officials, the explanation there's be little to nothing that the nation does get. But when it's an ordinary person, the same DPP had the time the other day for look at the girl file for Madio and charge her within a day. But the same DPP can't look at this matter after 6 or 7 days. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to ask you to preempt on anything.
Roger, brother.
Good.
I hear you. You said what you had to say. Valid points. Valid points. I hope the public hearing it, the DPP is hearing it. And so we come down to the sides of stories. Plaisance. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, brother. Just like to share this with you here this morning. The PNC is a divide and conquer party. They don't believe in unity. You want a clear example of that? Yesterday, I'm not up to date with the time zone of the video. One with Simona Brooms and her acolytes done in front of Nigel News. I started demand this man that he must drop the case. Lego the case, he's one of us. One of us in what? He's not a Guyanese. Nigel News is not a Guyanese. Don't he have a right to perform his practice? Come on now, this PNC administration or whatever you want to call it, cabal, they believe in this thing of divide and conquer. For us
My brother,
united we will stand.
My brother, I would want to think I would suggest,
There is a word
from my
for that,
perspective, that is not a precise definition or explanation for what the PNC is. The PNC, I have always and have learned to come to understand them as a criminal organization. You understand? Now, divide and conquer is a method that have been used by politicians from the beginning of time. But when you look at when they get the real, when they get a message out, you don't see the PNC come out and say, well, here, we have this movement. We're going to plant again. We're going to do this. We got this positivity. We're going to eradicate single mother homes. We are going to destroy the perception of the child father and build unity. We're going to build banks even when they're in power. You understand? It's all about burning and broking and protesting. They're just a criminal entity. I do not know why they have not been labeled as such.
I want to make one more point in the program. And the point I would like to make here now, 2015 to 2020 is the only time Guyana had an opposition party. A party that was on the government case for the people. I pray to God that we get one opposition back. Because this is the opposite of an opposition. You have a blessed day, sir.
They can't even be a good opposition. Imagine with the strategy deployed by Barra Jagdeo was opposition leader for 5 years, he dethroned the PNC. And it just take a press conference, talking about issues, addressing issues, highlighting shortcomings, even when he make up things. I telling you, even when they're making up things, they had a positive side to it. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Critic. I have called you privately on more than one occasion, so I'm now going to make it publicly. I've been behind you for quite a while to start a party.
Tracy, you have to stop with this lunacy. I do not want to play any part in politics. You don't understand what's going on. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. For instance, you, for one, right away I said, now if you gotta go and see a psychologist and get you act together. Right away it would be mandatory for you. You wouldn't have your democratic right if I was to become into power. You don't want it. Don't ask for things that you don't want. Let me highlight and talk, and y'all could talk. I got the forum here. We got a bigger forum than Jagdeo press conference and the opposition leader. You come, talk, cuss them, say what you want to say. I am telling you, I am not what you want. When I look at the president, when I look at Barra Jagdeo, when I look at Aubrey Norton, I realize I do not possess those qualities. I don't know in the future.
All right. Is there anybody you know that possesses those qualities? Because we need a strong opposition.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Take what you get. Try to change what is already there. Sort it out. The method that you're using is the same reason we are in problems in the world. Women have decided to leave the relationship than to work on the relationship. And then the children are left in chaos.
All right. I'll take your advice, sweetheart.
Roger that.
I'll take it.
Everybody jumping out of the relationship. A lot of the relationship, oh, me happy. She ain't being abused. She just ain't happy. Somebody talk into she line, she ain't paying much time to she. How am I gonna pay time to you? And I got there out there hustling, I got there out there sweating. You understand? Oh God, you understand what the problem is? You try the PNC, we get rid of the PNC for the PVP. We get rid of the PVP for the PNC. We get rid of the PNC for the PVP again. Get rid of now work. You got to skin up who there. Skin up the PPP now. Say what you do. Skin up the road work. Skin up the projects. They want me. You don't want me. I'm telling you, whatever I say I do, I will do. I will give. The Barajagio went to Plaisance after this. Watch. Barajagio went to Plaisance after this. While this was going on. Barajagio was there. This vulgarity. This vulgarity after this. What's going on here now? Barajagio went to Plaisance while the ignorance going on outside and vulgarity going on outside. Barajagio was there, had more people with him. Right? Went to Plaisance and spoke to the people. I don't have the time for that. I give you notice and the bulldozers come in. Plaisance road tab got to clear. Progress has to go on. You believe I have the time to come and explain to you why what you're doing is illegal and why we need to broaden the roads and why you need to come off the road after making so much money for all the years and even find a place for yourself? After not having a progressive plan, you think I have time like Barajagio to come and talk to you and explain to you how in broadening the road, the whole country will progress and move forward? I don't have that fudging time. Barajagio gonna meet the people of Plaisance. This is what happened. Sit and spoke with them and Plaisance and the surrounding communities. Right? This is Plaisance. When they claiming that there's got protests and things, this is the positive side of it because Barajagio sit and spoke with the people. You understand? The people of Plaisance, while some of them fighting for bicycle outside, many of them were inside getting their issues and concerns addressed. This is what was happening inside. This was the positive of the negatives that were being shared outside. People had a chance to talk civilly with the vice president, address their concerns, have a civil discussion. Right? Everybody got a chance for talk. And you had a listening ear. Ministers on the ground. Now the story, right away they come. Protest outside. Protesting outside. Three ministers. Minister in the Ministry of Communities. Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport. Minister of Communication and Minister of Infrastructure. 4 ministers on the ground. And the Vice President. You understand? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Critic. How you doing?
Talk to me, brother.
Yeah, I just looking at your program there. You still on, right?
I'm here, yes. Live and direct, and your access to public.
Okay, this message is for the people who don't really understand what leadership is, you know. From the time I've been knowing Jack Dio, they can say whatever they want to say about him, but that is a leader. That is what leaders does. They go in the art of the problem and they sit down with the people and they try to understand and find a solution. They don't be on the side criticizing. And as you say, and I like what you said because it's been honest to the Carlo who asks you to take a certain position when you say you don't possess that quality. That is what you call being real. Because you are already good at what you do. If you want to take that other step, let the people give you your own time to decide if you want to take that step. But I don't understand why people are trying to take you from where you are to put you somewhere that
Well, my brother, not to beat up on them, right? Hello?
And if you do, yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, here now, not to beat up on them. What I'm saying is that what people are asking for, they don't want. You understand?
That is true.
These banners here, these politicians, if you look, you got one set driving progress, and you have another set are destructive. You also have the masses following them. Now you have greater people who want progress than who want to be destructive, but you still have people who want to be destructive. Right? Now I am telling you, brother, listen to me. What is the law? The law says there should not be anybody encroaching on government parapet and so on. Me not go sit down and talk to nobody, shake nobody hand, partner. Notices out, bulldozers coming. You understand?
Yes, and that's fact.
So I am saying they don't want a leader like me. I would be a 5-year leader, and in 5 years, everything would be transformed in this country. And you might not benefit because many people might be in jail by the time I'm done. You understand? But your children will be benefit because it would go on to be a great nation. You understand? When I say doing something, I do it at all cost. Even if it is at the behest of people cussing me, abusing me. I don't care who feel how they feel. Once I know something is right and I'm heading in that direction, once I say I will do something, I do it at all cost. I don't deviate. Like me, I wouldn't be a president with advisors per se. You understand? I don't need advisors. I need people to come in and tell me how a bridge is built, how this is done. There's not an advisor. There's somebody to render technical support. I don't need you to advise me on what direction to take. I know what is the right thing to do. You understand?
Yeah.
These crop of politicians are for Guyanese. This is the best you could get at this time. Take what you get. And don't go around looking for what you want.
It's just solution we need, and that's it.
Here we gotta do. I have given y'all the opportunity. You can call, you can cuss me. I will never turn back from that. You can, if you're talking shit, I ain't cut you off. I got that right? But you could call and you could say about the shortcomings with this crop of politicians. You understand? You could say what you want to say. Once it is anything that is going to take us back, once it is a conversation that is going to be positive and initiate movement in some direction, right? Sometimes you just got to go back before you go forward. You understand?
That is true.
Sometimes it's backward and forward for a piece of time till we could move off again. Sometimes you need to stop. There's no expression of neutrality here. So again, when the caller, I understand what they're saying. I understand. And Tracy is a fanatical fan. This is the first thing. Tracy is the extreme in things. She watch me, she been out, tell me she get big story on the internet because me and God think some lady with bullshit carpet. You understand? All the years we get ding dang up and down. But I'm telling you, you can't get better leadership than this. All right. Look at the president. Look at the president's background. Look at the president's work he's doing. I want you to, this is Barjag, you're at Plaisance, right? I want you to, I'm going to go to the page of Patterson. I'm going to go to the page of David Patterson. DAVID. David Patterson. David Patterson tribute page. Tribute? No, he's still devoted. You know, tribute. David Patterson. So former minister of government, well, ain't got more controversy than David Patterson Jr. He's junior. Let me call himself honorable. Honorable David Patterson MP. Yes. Oh, honorable, yes. They like calling themselves on. Show you Facebook page. So, oh shit. So like this page in. No, he put up I said tell you all about the president and so, right? Because we post them, man. Now, other than the controversy he's found himself in, he ain't got nothing recognizable to be remembered by. And imagine being a former minister of infrastructure, he didn't see the need to broaden a 4-lane highway through Plaisance. And got a picture with the president that warn y'all about them, man. They come now, they're coming for your place. This is the society you live in. When you got a minister that ain't new or have an interest in progress, it's sad. This is what governments do. They didn't do this when they were in government. They weren't on the ground with the people. They didn't talk to anybody. These people here who are looking and listening to Barrett Jagyo didn't have an opportunity to speak in a time before. There are no photos like this of people in the PNC administration speaking to people. People couldn't reach the PNC. You understand? Now this is what really happened. Right? Let me go through each and every one. This is what really happened yesterday evening. This is the positive, and I tell you, they got different sides of a story. Right? This is what happened. Everybody, this is what the PNC would like you to think happened. This day war. There was confusion. Oh God, the world is coming to the end in Plaisance last night. Some man bike broke up. You understand? Some man bike broke up. That's what the PNC would like you to think. While people were inside getting the issues addressed, resolution was being brought to the issue as it relates to the expansion of the Plaisance Road. And that is the difference in leadership. Well, I'm telling you, I wouldn't have been either. Because I would have not been on the ground there telling nobody nothing. The notices would have been shared and the bulldozers were coming. You understand? The police van would waiting, anybody stop the progress is in the jail. Look at this. Look at how people continue to try to pull down.
And there's a lot of wealth that can be
why I can't get rid of this
used
thing?
appropriately for the entire population.
Okay.
I think I agree with what Tom is saying right now. The money is being a lot in the hands of a few.
So, this is Melinda Janke, a Guyanese woman and what seems to be a professional, or you'd want to think she's a professional, but goes around the international market and try to destroy the reputation of this country. Now, in the news, when you see the news internationally, you're going to assume we producing oil because they take photos of refineries and so that we even close to get yet. And showing like it's we thing. Listen to this and I'll go back to it.
People at the top.
Yeah. Melinda, listen, given how poor quickly Guyana is, isn't a less than optimal profit model still better than nothing?
Guyana is not a poor country. And I think it's really important for people to understand that. This is a country that is and always has been extremely rich in natural resources. The people are poor, and the reason the people are poor is that for 6 decades, the politicians of Guyana have squandered the money that has come in. All that is happening with oil is that it will make it worse. And Mr. Sanzillo gave a very good example of how politicians are now using that money for their own purposes. You played an extract from the president's speech in which he talked about supporting infrastructure and economic transformation. That is not the role of the government. The government's job is to take care of...
So, is she a socialist? The government's role is not economic transformation? Let me hear if I hear it right.
President's speech in which he talked about supporting infrastructure and economic transformation.
So the president speaks about supporting infrastructure and economic transformation, and that is not the role for the government? Who will do it? You can't get contractors to do the job that they're paid to do properly. Who will do it? This is a mad woman. Y'all hearing this? And this is the kind of things that Glenn Lal would tout.
Using that money for their own purposes. You played an extract from the president's speech in which he talked about supporting infrastructure and economic transformation. That is not the role of the government. The government's job is to take care of the people and the...
How do you take care of the people? So you give the people the money and they build the roads? What the fuck?
Talked about supporting infrastructure and economic transformation. That is not the role of the government. The government's job is to take care of the people, and the people will decide what happens with the economy. You free up the economy.
Guyanese people, like the people in Plaisance, going to decide with the... If you left it up to Guyanese people, they would sell on the road, in the middle of the road. Which Guyanese people are you talking about? Going to decide. This is a different level of madness.
For their own...
When you hear Melinda Janky, you got associated with mental illness. This is the only thing I can associate it with. Mental illness. Because I try to find somebody, some intellectual call in and put, make this make sense to me. Make this make sense for me, please. Please make this make sense to me.
All that is happening with oil is that it will make it worse. And Mr. Sanzillo gave a very good example of how politicians are now using that money for their own purposes. You played an extract from the president's speech in which he talked about supporting infrastructure and economic transformation. That is not the role of the government. The government's job is to take care of the people.
The American administration and government goes so far as to bail out big companies that fudge up. GM and all of them. What is the role of the government again, Miss Janky? It seems like her receding here is directly related to Alasa Gray matter. think too much. And I, by no means, am any professor anywhere. But me and Anderson, you got to break it down for me, Miss Jackie. I think we should sit and do an interview.
In which he talked about supporting infrastructure and economic transformation. That is not the role of the government. The government's job is to take care of the people, and the people will decide what happens with the economy. You free up the economy to competition.
Guyanese people, to the likings of who squatting by Hillfoot, to the likings of who traveling in minibus, dep on the seawall nighttime, dep on the pavement all over the road. Oh, it's up to them to decide? What the fuck are you doing? Yeah.
Within the country and let the market decide. You do not have the government making business decisions, and that is exactly what is going on now. And the government is not competent to make business decisions. So when we hear all this talk about the oil wealth, first of all, there is no oil wealth because it's a very bad contract. Secondly, all the risk.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, champ. How are you?
All right, talk to me.
I think there's another angry board, my man. That's the only thing I could think about.
She's operating at a whole different level, and I am even questioning my sanity if a woman who wants to consider herself to be a professional is going to go on on international platform and talk so much of bullshit and nobody there recognizes it.
Exactly. Nothing makes sense what she's just talking about.
I hear you, bro.
All right.
I am glad if there could be an economist or somebody who could help me and guide me into exactly what she's saying. Like, this makes no sense.
It worse. And Mr. Sanzillo gave a very good example of how politicians are now.
She and Mr. Sanzilla are two jackasses. Well, Mr. Sanzilla know again, and Mr. Sanzilla come and see the Chinese building a concrete bridge across the river. Mr. Sanzilla know that I, Mikhail Rodriguez, being the founder of a company, building roads and developing infrastructure across the country. Mr. Sanzilla know the whole of back diamond opening for new housing schemes. Mr. Sanzilla knows that there are going to be new major highways all across this country, a network of highways across this country. Does Mr. Sanzilla know that? What the fuck is Mr. Sanzilla and Ms. Ballhead receding here Melinda Janky knows? You got to go in the outskirts. You got to go around the country. There's an island being built. Gas to shore in Region 3. That is going to bring jobs to people. We're going to be getting gas at reduced prices. You understand? What are you talking? They make I remember Crass from the Times newspaper would talk about a country with winding rivers and buildings on tilts. Stilts. These vultures. When we were going through hardships, you never see them. Where was Melinda Janky? And she might be Melinda Junkie for all I know. Because that can't be coming out of some sane person brain. Hello, good morning.
Yes, Mr. Critic, good morning. In the same interview, she said, we don't need the roads and we don't need the gas to shore. If you let it play a little more, you're going to hear she saying it. She said, we don't need the roads and the highways. Thank you.
Just like how she don't need you fucking here.
Using that money for their own purposes. You played an extract from the president's speech in which he talked about supporting infrastructure and economic transformation. That is not the role of the government. The government's job is to take care of the people, and the people will decide what happens with the economy. You free up the economy to competition within the country and let the market decide.
You free up the economy to competition in the country? To greedy businessmen? Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, brother.
Hi, good morning. Yeah, good morning. I just listened to them. I'm calling from Toronto.
Oh, fuck. Right? Nobody cares where you're calling from, buddy. Just get to the point.
Yeah.
Do you have a meaningful contribution to make?
Yeah.
Please do.
I'm talking about the connection with the lady junkie.
Yeah.
Right? She got to be crazy. You got to be crazy to suggest that you got to let the development of the country to decide it, which is of course decided by the Guyanese people, of course.
On basis of voting. On basis of voting. Yeah. Not us coming together. We can't even get it together.
No, that's what I'm saying, right? Critic is that the people have vote somebody to be the administrator, be the leader for them, and they are going to make the best decision for them. Every country in the world, the government makes decisions for what's supposed to be done, and they go to the parliament or whatever, and they decide on it, and they make sure it's good in the benefit of the Guyanese people. But the lady's crazy. From the beginning, she's fighting the government not to do the exploration, because she's playing some big. Of course, she's qualified. She's sitting in Canada, having a nice life, but she don't care about Guyanese. She getting paid for all them crap, that attack, all them shit, to be negative, but not to develop the oil industry in Guyana.
I hear you, brother.
Okay, brother.
Thanks for your contribution.
Yeah, man.
Here, I rest my case. In closing, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss. If these are the people who consider to be professionals, who consider to be experts in some kind of field, and this is the bullshit that they're telling people, I want to make sure I'm hearing it right. And we're hearing it right.
Zillow gave a very good example of how politicians are now using that money for their own purposes. You played an extract from the president's speech in which he talked about supporting infrastructure and economic transformation. That is not the role of the government. The government's job is to take care of the people, and the people will decide what happens with the economy. You free up the economy to competition within the country and let the market decide. You do not have the government making business decisions, and that is exactly what is going on now. And the government is not competent to make business.
Melinda Junkie. Peace out. Y'all take care.